The Northeast India Bengal State Railway was opened to traffic in 1878. 2 years later, in 1880, the first passenger train on the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway chugged its way up to the hill station of Darjeeling in North Bengal. This is your last stop before the terminus. Ghum is India's highest railway station at 2,258 meters. And it hasn't changed much since the late 1800s. This railway was the first and is still one of the most outstanding examples of a hill passenger railway in India, perhaps in the world. It applied bold and ingenious engineering solutions to the problem of establishing an effective rail link across a mountainous terrain and providing access to breathtaking scenery. It is still fully operational and retains most of its original features. There is a wheel in every coach to tighten the brakes, or else the whole train would be tumbling down the slopes. The track runs parallel to the main road, even sharing it with motor cars, and in fact crossing it unstoppably right in front of them. This is Darjeeling Station, the Himalayan Railway Line's terminus. My ears are greeted by Sanskrit hymns, which I learn are coming from the nearby Hindu temple. Being naturally drawn to holy places, I decide to follow the source of the sound, which happens to take me to my first view of Darjeeling. This is a three-roofed Nepalese pagoda-style temple. I'm lucky to arrive in time for a lively puja by local ladies in honor of the main deities, Radha and Krishna. That's twice lucky, as I myself belong to the Chaitanya Vaishnava faith, in which Radha and Krishna are the ultimate goal. They are the Vedic paradigm of God as a male-female couple. On their left, a full-size deity of Durga Devi is also accepting offerings as the goddess of the material world. Hindu temples are places where the faithful can not only make offerings in gratitude for the gifts of life, but where they can cultivate a meaningful relationship with the deity. I find the religious idea of a personal relationship rather appealing. Directly under the three-roofed pagoda, behind the main hall, is a shrine.
Who is this deity, please?
Lord Shiva. Lord Pasupatinath, with a replica of Kathmandu.
Pashupatinath is the fatherly well-wisher of all animals. That's Lord Shiva, the form of God who gives refuge to lowly, crude, and shadowy creatures. I've always liked the idea of a god giving even beasts and demons some form of divine refuge. A taxi takes me to the handsome British-built town hall, which the driver said was literally a few feet away from my hotel. What he didn't say was that the few feet were up a steep climb. After this man drops off his gas cylinder, I ask him to help with my luggage for a few rupees. My first impression of Darjeeling is that it's full of details you don't see anywhere else in India. You see dogs, but extreme specimens of them. You see clouds, but below you rather than above. Snow-clad peaks, almost every day before breakfast. People working, but at things you'd never thought of before. Buddhist devils look even ghastlier than their Hindu counterparts. Old faces have more wrinkles. Houses seem about to fall off the cliffs. Hills appear to roll like waves in the ocean. Massive trees fall on police booths for some unknown reason. The most peculiar, I must say, is how each building at a distance appears like another brick in a wall. I proceed with this wave of students on Tenzing Norgay Road, flanked on the steepest of cliffs. A bustling vegetable market slows me down here, but I'm quite in the mood for dallying. After giving me a big smile, this lady kindly walks me to the monastery I'm looking for. A giant prayer wheel greets me at the entrance. I'm told the puja ceremony is just about to start. In Buddhism, puja is the main ingredient of spiritual practice. Puja means devotional worship. It always includes 3 items: bowing down, making offerings, and chanting prayers and mantras. It is done at home or in a temple, morning or evening, or both, and during festivals. Although these rituals are different from my own tradition, I quickly recognize an unmistakable mood of devotion in these monks. They remind me of the Vaishnava monks in my own community near Calcutta. The scripture here is unknown to me, but these men's faith in Holy Scripture confirms my own. Their reverential chanting of holy names, the offerings of fruits and grains and sweets, differ only in details from those of my tradition and many others. Puja in daily practice usually entails making an offering to Lord Buddha. Offerings include decorations, flowers, incense, fruit, music, and water for washing and drinking. I'm reminded the words of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, a great Vaishnava theologian. Due to my practice of a different kind, he said, I cannot understand this system of theirs, but I know that here is being worshipped my same adorable Lord. To show reverence, one may simply offer a head-lowered bow. But in a puja like this one, each bow is made 3 times and extended with a series of head-to-floor prostrations. Typically performed in the Pali or Tibetan languages, Buddhist chants assist in the memorization of spiritual knowledge and imbue participants with a sense of reverence and tranquility. A mala or string of beads is commonly used by Hindus and Buddhists for meditation. Tibetans use malas of 108 beads, chanting on which is counted as 100 mantra recitations. The extra 8 mantras make up for any inattentive recitation out of the 100. After japa, the urgent rhythmic chants resume in full force. Finally, as seen in Hindu temples, a milky drink sanctified in the puja is distributed in each participant's palm and sipped on the spot. Once the puja is over, the offerings are distributed to the faithful as Buddha's mercy, prasad in Sanskrit. I thank the lady here on the left for informing me about today's event. She now directs me upstairs to the temple's art department for more surprises.
So you're the Shilpi.
Yeah.
I meet Shilpi, the master artist.
Wow.
He is not a monk, but a Tibetan sacred doll maker. His trainee and assistant is an educated young lady who, more talkative than her guru, happily talks to me.
These are 108 deities of the afterlife, you see. In the Nyingma sect, in the Nyingma tradition, there are 108 deities like these, you see these, right? And they have very fierce expressions because in Buddhism, deities which have fierce expressions, they symbolize driving away evil forces, you see, on the way to enlightenment.
Yeah. And who is this personality with 4 heads?
This is called a Heruka.
Is he the supreme god?
They're all important in their own right.
Heruka Vrajakilaya manifests in an intensely wrathful yet compassionate form in order to subjugate obstacles to the practice of right conduct, dharma. He is the destroyer of intolerance and impurities in mind and heart. I am again reminded of the equally wrathful divine form of Vishnu, Narasingha Avatar, who manifested as a half-man, half-lion to protect his devoted Prahlad from the evil Hiranyakashipu.
So Nirvana doesn't mean that there is nothing or that everything is one and there is no difference.
Nirvana is basically the coming together of like wisdom. You see, this is a female deity and this is a male, right?
Yeah.
Especially in this Nyingma sect, you see the male and female together because it symbolizes the coming together of wisdom and compassion, symbolizes enlightenment, which is Nirvana.
Tara reminds me of the Hindu goddess Durga, whom we saw earlier in the Hindu temple as the ruler of this world. And white Tara is her compassionate and devotional form, revered much like Krishna's consort Radha. On my second day in Darjeeling, I wake up to a spectacular view of the valley. The high mountain range beyond it is obscured by clouds and mists. I take a long walk west of town on Pabahar Parvat Hill. I'm told this is where I'll be able to see the third highest mountain on earth, Kanchenjunga. Not today, I'm afraid, and hearing the thunder roll, I'll do well not to get wet. Oh, surprise! Wildlife so close to town. I was told later this is a barking deer, named after the barking sound it makes when attacked. This is the oldest living species of deer on the planet. Must be my lucky day. Another deer. It's the male with antlers. Goes to show sometimes excitement turns out to be very different than what you'd expected. Even more. Now what? Isn't this a red panda? They're supposed to be an endangered species. Very rare. I'm told they can be found in these parts between 1,500 and 5,000 meters. They live up to 17 years in captivity. Oops, did I give it away? Oh well, at least the Darjeeling Zoo has granted a fair amount of space for its wildlife to move about. And this is your chance to behold a royal tiger like this handsome one in its native Bengal. At noontime, as the wind blows the last couple of clouds high above town, I get a glimpse of the high mountains. On the horizon lies Sikkim, an ancient kingdom that became a part of India in 1975 and which shares a border with China. I'm heading there in a few days. This is my third day. I've moved to a more popular part of town. My new hotel is perched on a steep cliff, with a window opening on the forested hills west of town, and a frightening sheer drop. I like it, and despite this morning's legion of clouds, I'm thrilled to discover, yes, Kanchenjunga, 75 kilometers away, 50 miles. It soars at 8,586 meters. That's nearly twice the height of the highest peak in Europe, the Mont Blanc, in my native France. I'm anticipating a closer look at these rocky giants. This is India, Kolkata in West Bengal. I zoom in. Here, Darjeeling, that's where we are now. Heading to Gangtok in Sikkim, and here, Kanchenjunga. Call it Google Earth magic. Can anyone resist it? No need for high mountain gear. You're there in a second. Enough Google Earth, I'm back on Earth. Though still in the clouds, admiring Tiger Hill, the highest peak in the vicinity. I run into the same band as earlier, playing before the shops open. I wonder why. My new neighborhood is interesting. People are cute and friendly. Vegetable momos are a specialty. Being a vegetarian and unable to cook, I settle for momos on a daily basis. Street music in the tourist part of town seems commonplace. I run into another band who, being visually challenged, earn a livelihood by gladdening people's hearts. As I came to these foothills primarily to give my aging body a workout, on my last day in Darjeeling, I decided to walk the 14 kilometers to Ghum on the mountain route going past a tiny monastery, the second oldest in the region. Let's see what we come across. Clouds dissipating. That's always a treat. And I find the way the clouds draw patterns on slopes quite a novelty. colorful hens and a rooster dallying on the slope. I inquire about the monastery on the way.
2 kilometers after, big monastery, MONKS Monastery. Just this way.
Slicing trees into planks again. It's quite a meditation, I reckon. The rhythmic swing and sound lulls you into a trance-like state, though not quite transcendental, I suppose. Native workers here are not afraid of heights. A shrine to baby Krishna on the roadside. Hare Krishna. It's a welcome break to rest at the feet of Vishnu's 9th incarnation, according to the Vedas. Of the 10 incarnations listed there, Buddhists only recognize the one they call the Enlightened One, here worshipped on a high pedestal.
This monastery is the second oldest monastery in Darjeeling, or as well as in West Bengal, or maybe in Sikkim. In 1914, when this monastery was built, during that time there is war. That's why the name of monastery is a MONKS. Mak means war and Dhok means peace, war and peace. Because this monastery going 100 years old, 2014. Next year we have 100 years old ceremony here. That's why right now this monastery going renovation.
I'm disappointed the monks were out of station just when I happened to be visiting. Maybe my ego isn't the center of the universe after all. Let the divine being be the center. This is a point both Buddhists and Hindus, in fact all religions, agree on. On this philosophical note, I complete a full circle of the hill which this lovely town is perched upon. I'll be off to Sikkim in the morning.